hear from Heather. Please share thoughts on disenfranchised grief and social inequality. Yeah, okay, well, big one right now. A lot of us are, loneliness is a scourge, and extra so during the pandemic. And so a lot of us are suffering in isolation as individuals. A lot of us, I mean, that is separated one from another. We're literally isolated as ourselves. Many of us are isolated from parts of ourselves internally. And then there are groups of us who are structurally, systematically disenfranchised, a truth that is becoming more and more obvious. So this is where I think there's potential for grief to heal these divides, because it is something that crosses people of every stripe. But besides that sort of social activism, besides the sort of aspiration that grief would be one of the grounding mechanisms by which we reacquaint ourselves with each other and with ourselves, I think it's really important to also note that there's, if I am part of a group of people that has been systematically disenfranchised, and in some ways I suppose I have been as a disabled person, well, there's that compounds the loss, but it also, there's also something to be said for when I am talking with other disabled people, we have something to share between us, and we also have something to sort of team up and deal with. So I think part of my thinking here, Heather, would be, besides what I've already said, would be that being disenfranchised as a group, it can be a bond within that group. It can allow for a group think about how do we want to present ourselves to the world? How do we need to get what we want? Or how do we get what we need? And do that as a team, do that as a group. That sounds like a pathetic response, but I'm just looking for a toehold to stop the free fall. And I think we also have to realize, let's just talk openly here for a second about the issues of race, for example, and the history of racial inequality in this country is shocking and embarrassing and enormous. And I, as a white person, as a white male, I have to say, I have, over the years, the impulse may be, oh, okay, yeah, sorry about that, right, I see, yes, okay, yes, you've been disenfranchised. Okay, well, now you're not, right? Let's move on. No, not that easy. There's so much trauma that is still active and still in the bones of folks that have been left out. So I think one thing that we all need to do as a society, and I hope this happens at the political level, is I really think there needs to be a time of sort of a national mourning time, a truth and reconciliation process. It's not okay to just start present forward. Okay, that's the past, this is the present. Let's just build a new country, a new way of being. There's going to need to be a transition where we note all these losses and all this pain, and we allow each other to feel it. That would be my great hope, is that we structure this a period, a truth and reconciliation, where we come to terms with the emotional load of the past before we move on. So those are some thoughts, Heather, but boy, I need to learn a lot, and we all do on this one.